tutorial just skipped over. If you didn't catch that, what I just said is basically we're almost done here. So we'll get to that in a second. Now let's just finish up these tools up here. Or that stupid thing. Alright, so our next tool here is the toggle select by handles, which, by the way, in order to get rid of the coordinate state, just go click on another tool and then come back. That's how you can get out of the coordinate edit bounds thing. So you have toggle auto selection, which I can't remember exactly what auto selection does. I believe it is basically like will select things for you if you. Not sure exactly how it works. I've never actually used it before, and it's mainly because I can't figure out exactly how to use it or what it does. But let me put it this way: I've gotten this far getting along without either one of these two tools, so you can probably skip these for now. I'll have to look these up at a later date and figure out exactly what they do. But toggle selectable by handles. I think that just means when you select the object, you can select it by its handles. I'm not really sure how that works exactly. Once again, but these two are going to be more important. These little TL and TL right here. What this is going to do is it's going to allow us to toggle texture lock and scaling texture lock. So we're going to zoom in here to our texture. I got this right there. Now I'm going to go over here to my face edit tool or my texture application tool, and I'm going to pick this face right here. Now I'm going to scroll over to the tool. I'm going to hit browse, and let's see, what do I want? Let's just go with this. Sorry, I'm still zoomed in if this is confusing you at all. It's easier to keep it zoomed in for the time being. Now I'm going to apply that texture by right-clicking. Now with that applied, I'm going to hide the mask so I can see it in the color that it's meant to be seen. Now with texture lock right here, it's going to do is it's going to lock the texture. If I were to move, oh sorry, I gotta hit ignore groups first before it'll allow me to do that. If I were to move this object, just for the sake of moving it, I'm gonna, by the way, if you press X, it's a hotkey that allows you to manipulate objects in the 3D view, turning that on and off. So I'm gonna move him. Now when I move him, you notice the texture stays locked to it. It's hard to tell with this particular texture actually, so let me just change that really quick, and we'll put something a little less detailed on there. Something ridiculous like this, that ought to do it. Alright, we'll fit one big picture there. I know that does not a texture at all, it doesn't even belong, but just bear with me here. Alright, so back to my selection tool, select it, press X so I can manipulate it. Now when I manipulate it, you'll notice the texture stays locked to it. However, if I go up here and I turn texture lock off and I move this, the texture does not stay locked to the object. The texture will shift, or the texture will rather stay in one place while the object shifts. That's what texture lock does. So as a rule, I tend to leave texture lock on because it's helpful. Now scaling texture lock. If I scale this object, you notice the texture stays the same size. So obviously, you probably figured this out right now. Scaling texture lock will lock the texture to scale. So when I scale the object, the texture scales with it. Very simple. Alright, so that's the function of that tool basically right there. I'm just going to undo all of this. So just ignore this little dance recital there. Alright, back to normal. Okay, so that's those two tools right there. Toggle face alignment. I can't remember exactly what face alignment does. I believe it has something to do with when you're trying to align textures to like the faces, and it'll automatically kind of help you out. I can't remember exactly how it works. Once again, it's just something that I don't use, and I probably should because it's probably very helpful. Most of these texture tools are helpful. DD DWDR, these are all things I'm going to have to come back to later. I really don't know what the hell they do. I still don't know what they do, so... Here is a compile or run map, the shortcut for which is F9, as I've already